Well, greetings to you. I sadly return to the same old subject of Dover and all the other ports of call for the world's flotsam and jetsam, which go under the name of refugees, but of course we know that they're not. These are in the main young men in between sort of 18 or 19 and 30 who are pouring into this country totally and utterly unchecked. Now, if you look at Sweden, which had this policy over the years of completely open door immigration policy, Sweden is now the rape capital of the Northern Hemisphere. That went well, didn't it? And now every time you pick up a newspaper, we see the same thing. These tragedy in Nottingham with these couple of young students murdered, rape in Skegness. It goes on and it goes on and it goes on, and nobody seems to care. Mainstream media don't seem to care. Home Office don't seem to care. Prime Minister doesn't seem to care. It's just going on. And I just don't know when this is going to end, when somebody's actually going to get a grip of it. But of course, I said this before, this is not just gross incompetence, stupidity, and from our sociopathic leaders and press. This is quite deliberate. This is quite deliberately part of the WEF reset. If you want to reset something, if you want to start something again, you have to therefore destroy what is already in place. So the concept of the principles of English law and all the other things that we favour, the family, the Christian faith and various other things. You have to sweep it all away so that you can have a blank sheet of paper, which is why our children are being taught fake science in schools, fake biology, and all these other things they have to destroy so they can start again. They call it building back better. But of course, I call it building back a lot worse. And we're going to be shoveled into ghettos, which they call 15-minute cities, and all these other things that the WEF are talking about. And sort of people say, oh, Mr. Bloom, you're a conspiracy theorist. There's no theory about this. There's no theory about this. All you need to do is to get onto your the World Economic Forum website, and they tell you this is what they intend to do. They're quite honest. One can't criticize them for not being honest. And we're not hearing from the traditional sources we would expect to hear from as the country is being invaded, because they are World Economic Forum stooges. We know the king, our new king, is a World Economic Forum stooge. We know our Prime Minister is. We know our Chancellor of the Exchequer is. We know the Archbishop of Canterbury is. We know the leader of the opposition. The opposition party are virtually silent on this subject, and it's an open goal for them, you would have thought, politically. We let in somewhere in a thousand of these people just in the last 3 days. Where are they all going to go? We can't put them all in 4 hostels because the hotel's virtually full. This is just a betrayal. This is treachery, and I don't know where it's going to end, but I can tell you one thing. It's going to end very, very badly. As most of you know, my work is very heavily independently research-based, and I get my information from all over the world. It would help if you press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, because the more subscribers I have, the more likely it is that international independent research institutes will share their material with me. It's most helpful, and then of course I'll automatically share it with you. So, surprise, won't cost you anything. Thank you very much.